The aliens are probing us right now.
Right, guys, welcome to Rotten Mornings, Season 12.
We have a lot coming at you.
Up your ass.
I thought this was 13.
Not
No.
the ass.
It's
What the
12?
fuck?
It would be so
Up
much
your
better
ass.
if it was 13, I'm not gonna lie.
Stop! You're not putting things in my butt, Carrie.
So
You
yeah,
can't
guys,
stop
all
me.
of October, you can expect an episode every day of this ridiculous podcast.
So hide your butts, listeners.
Welcome to Season
Don't
12.
hide them.
It's season 13.
Leave your
We're
butt
probably going
out.
to talk about scary stuff.
13's way better.
Yay.
Hello, guys, and welcome to Rotten Mornings.
Welcome, everyone. You're all a bunch of hoes.
Yay.
Don't call them hoes.
You're a
Glenn.
hoe.
I'm not a hoe.
You're a
you hoe.
dirty hoe.
You dirty hoe.
You want to know something? This is a sign.
Dig like a hoe.
No, shut up. This is a sign that you're too old for trick-or-treating, even though it doesn't actually exist. I'm just saying this. People say, great mask, and you're not wearing one.
Oh, are these dad jokes that you're pulling out, like right off the jump?
Oh, I didn't jump. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Right off the rip.
Why did the ghost cross the road?
To get to the other side?
Close to get to the other's side.
That doesn't even make any damn sense.
You know what?
Other
You know what, guys?
side.
Welcome to Rotten Mornings. This is episode 3 of season 12. So good to have you here.
I have one more.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do witches make great wives?
Because they're good with a broom?
Because they provide a wonderful hex life.
What?
A hex life. Sex life?
You know the best jokes you can
Did you
tell
say choke?
are the ones
Did you say
that you have to explain afterwards. Those are the best jokes, right?
Well, Tommy got it.
Yeah, but
Yeah, Tommy's pretty cool.
he's simple though.
Okay, you're right.
He's a simple little
You're
fella.
right.
Hey, I was thinking about this. A pop song for Carrie that we can make, and it's like, she can say a thing like, I've got this and I've got that. And it's like, oh, how did you get it? And she's like, it's simple. Like, so she's saying it's simple.
I don't.
Simp pool.
Like a pool you swim in?
No, like a simp pool.
Like the
I
Sim-
don't even
like
know what
the
the fuck you're
like
talking
the
about.
Like the
Oh,
Simpsons?
God damn it. It's funny.
Jokes are always awesome when you have to explain them.
Oh, he got you,
got
you
me.
fucking simpleton.
Simp. See, simple.
So you wanted to do a recap?
Yes. So we did yesterday. We had our podcast about Bigfoot where you like.
Bigfoot!
Tommy's thing is he screams Bigfoot whenever anybody says Bigfoot.
He's got a thing for Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Hairy,
got a
big
thing
feet.
for Bigfoot. His thing is for Bigfoot.
Okay.
Oh, right.
That's who I'm in a relationship
Grimm
with.
studied a whole bunch of shit and wrote like 300 pages worth of stuff and like talked a few bits about it and fucking didn't, and then
Oh.
gave up on it.
I love doing the podcast, but I was not feeling anything yesterday but anger for everything.
She felt nothing but everything at the same time.
Yep. That's how it works.
So, yeah, if you heard that, thank you. And we apologize. Then we had the 3rd episode of Goriosities, which was Tommy's first episode, and I think it was quite charming.
Was fucking awesome. I loved it, Tommy.
I really appreciate
Great
the way
work.
he seems to fit so flawlessly with the sort of stuff that we were already doing and how it's weird, choppy, fucking esoteric editing and shit. Like, I love the fucking shit out of it.
Oh,
I think it matches up so perfectly with what we're doing that I've never met somebody that kind of got like what I see when I edit the way you can put that same shit together and
I
pull
felt
same
that it
shit.
needed more. It was some of the spots get a little boring.
Yeah, but that's gonna be every single next thing you do is gonna be your favorite thing until you're starting to work on something else, and then you're gonna be like, yeah.
The work that both of you do inspires me to create better.
You're doing fucking great.
Yeah, wait till you guys see Grimm's next episode that she edited. It's fucking badass.
I'm very proud of it.
Today?
No.
This morning? Tomorrow?
Negative. Today is Carrie's.
Oh, that's
Next
right.
day is mine. Hers was Saturday.
Friday.
Friday.
So
Yeah,
Friday.
mine's Friday.
Friday.
Oh,
Today.
why don't vampires strike at retirement homes?
Why don't they strive?
Strike.
Strike at retirement home. Mm-hmm. Bad blood?
Because everyone's on blood thinners.
So it's easier to drink?
Doesn't it make your blood thinner?
Wait, but why would they not want to drink there just because of blood thinners?
Yeah, wouldn't blood thinning make it easier to drink?
I
Like
would
it
figure
pours out?
blood would come out more.
Doesn't it make your blood thin?
No, it just makes it like more flowy.
Fuck, I don't know what they do.
Oh.
I'm not old yet. I don't know.
The jokes are horrible.
I hate you. You flinch.
I always flinch. She's going to hit me. It's not because it's not, oh, you bitch, you flinch. No, it's
Somebody
9 times out of
listening to
10
this
punches.
likes it, okay? Somebody
Likes what?
does.
Getting hit by you?
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Let's do a poll.
Everyone, comment a chicken wing if you want me to hit you.
Don't comment a chicken wing if you don't want any more jokes.
Go to Rotten Reviews and comment a chicken wing if you want me to hit you.
Okay, so here's a big thing in the recaps that I am super proud of us for doing, and it's fucking awesome. CBS 42 did an interview and did a write-up story about our company as Rotten. Not
Yes.
us doing somebody else's thing, not us promoting something else, but literally just talking about what Rotten is and what it means to us, and it's so fucking good. It's awesome because it serves as... There's so many people that like, what is this? What are you with Rotten?
It's like the story of Rotten.
And I think in that article, she captured perfectly like what we are and what we do and all that stuff.
And what I'm so proud of too is when we have the platform like this, you threw out the names a lot of times of the different haunts we did, and like Scarecrow, Hellbilly Hollow, City of Chaos, the Haunted Chicken House, like everybody you threw
Single
out.
Tree Lane.
Yeah, you did. You were promoting everybody else as well. I fucking love it.
Matt,
it was bad as fuck.
Matt really likes it because he finally got someone to actually pay attention to
Yeah,
him.
and they like literally wrote word for word what I said. Like she didn't like misquote me on shit. She actually kept my words. Dude, again, phenomenal job
Yes,
on that
thank
article.
you.
CBS 42. It was badass shit.
Thank you.
You know, it's funny that CBS 42, I'm assuming they're more into the spookier side of things, or at least during October, because I was looking up videos on our next segment that we're going to be doing here on the Drish House.
Right.
And there was a couple interviews that they did. It was CBS 42 talking about the Drish House.
Oh, that's awesome.
I thought that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
Oh, man. Well, hey, if you happen to hear anything from us, CBS 42, we are definitely into the scary stuff. Reach out to us. We'd love to host scary things for you. Anything we can do. And I promise you we can watch our language and be slightly under control
Yeah,
for
we
things.
did before.
But, dude, it would be so fucking cool. We can do that, though.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
So I decided at the last minute that we were going to, on Friday, go to the Wetumpka Zombie Shoot and to Mountain Creek Trail of Fear, which they're right next to each other, you know,
Yes.
sort of close.
And
Close enough
I'm
that...
still hoping that Tommy gets to come with us.
Tommy, you should go with us.
I would love for you to.
Come on,
I really
bow out one Friday.
I really want to, but I just feel like if I leave my haunt, the tunnel's not going to be the same.
It's not. It won't be.
But
you
you
should
still,
go with us
I mean,
to
I
some
love that
haunts
you're
to
doing that and want
experience.
to, but experiencing other haunts it's hard not to do that too.
But I'm dedicated.
Well,
I
we
know.
can't. That's up to you. If you want to,
I'll think
there.
about it. I'll I don't know what I'm
Mule it over. But we will all be, well, say from Tommy and Ecto, we'll be at Hellbilly Hollow on Saturday, working the midway. Come through, check us out.
Yes,
I'm
come
hoping
see me
Brittany
at
will come
Hellbilly
with us,
Hollow.
maybe.
I hope so. I know that it was hard for her last time. She still did it, but it was hard for her because of work and stuff, and things
That's
she's got to
awesome
do.
that she still did it, though. That's
Yes, yes,
awesome. Makes me happy. Shout out to Brittany. She's awesome.
she is.
But yeah, I believe that is all we've got. So if you guys would go follow up CBS 42 on Facebook and Instagram, the other platforms, They shared that out on their website. Go check it out. It's such a cool read. And not just because it's me listening to myself, but that's still also cool.
I am fucking super proud of that article. Please go listen to it.
If there's anything you
watch
want
it.
to
Watch it. Please go watch it.
Read it.
Read
Not
it.
watch it.
I mean,
It's an article. It has to be read.
Hey, maybe I can read it. And
Hey, we
film
could do
it.
like a dramatic like reenactment of the thing. Like we could read it with a narrator and then have us and like we're reading our own lines over again. That would be
do
funny.
it.
Or
I
just
wanna
use
do
it as a narration somewhere. Back in 1990.
No, I'm saying like we do the
Ross
exact
Hole.
article word for word, but we have it like the girl speaking the narrative is like the narrator, and where it's our lines, it's like us in the little confession booth, like I was blah 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 blah.
Yes, I love that.
It'd be fun.
Rotten confessions.
All right, guys. Well, that is our recap for this morning.
It is.
And we'll be right back with the second segment. Just
Stay
hold on to your pants.
Why would they need to hold on to their pants?
Hold your pants on.
Because it's going to get crazy in here.
It is. Pants crazy. Bye-bye.
Crazy.
We bring to you something near and dear to our hearts.
So gather around, folks, as we tell you about
The haunted places in Alabama.
right here in our home state.
And oh boy, do we have some stories for you.
Touched my butthole.
It's everything in this podcast is going to be on buttholes.
The ghost touched my booty.
Oh, we're live!
We're
I'm
back,
filming.
everyone. Hello.
Hello. Read, watch the podcast.
Hi, everyone listening. I hope you're doing okay
Ish.
and splendid.
Ish.
We are talking about the Drish House
in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Yes, this place has quite a bit of history.
Oh, it's in Tuscaloosa. Yeah, okay. That is in an episode of Strips back in the day.
Really?
Yeah, he did. I
Damn
don't
it.
believe it was inside of it, but I believe he showed it on video, him driving around it.
Nice.
That is awesome. So, with the Drish House, this is the history starting right now. In 1814, America experienced a great land rush known as the Alabama Fever. It followed the Creek War, a conflict initially between indigenous tribes that made up the Creek Confederation, yet soon enough involving the white militia fueled by American hunger for land. Fighting lasted roughly a year, eventually ending with the American general Andrew Jackson forcing the Creeks to surrender more than 21 million acres of land to the U.S.
You can see just a
Fucking
whole bunch
suck.
of white people come over here with forks and spoons.
Give me land, give
and
me
they just
everything.
Start eating dirt, like eating every bit.
Yes.
Their hunger for land grew greatly, and they're just like they pop up with fucking grass in their teeth, like.
They were taking everything and leaving nothing for anyone else.
I'm gonna eat this tree.
Killing everything in the wake.
Yeah.
As a result, land
Thanks,
grants.
forefathers. I mean, like, it sucks that they did that, but then again,
That's not my dad.
what up, bro? Thanks for the house.
Oh, well, thanks for that. They didn't give us shit. We had to fucking scratch for it. They didn't fucking do shit for us. They fucking benefited themselves, and that's it.
Yeah, but we might be in, like, some kind of weird kind of teepee right now if it wasn't for
That's
them.
not true.
You never know how
We
things would have
probably-
evolved if it wasn't for war.
It would have been probably a lot more peaceful and not as fucking grubby.
I mean, I agree and I disagree.
You never
because
know.
You never know.
You never know. Yep. So, as a result, land grants were offered to settlers and speculators. Why can't I fucking say that?
Speculators?
Speculators.
No. Spectators? What do you call them?
I think I misspelled this word.
Spectaculars.
Yep, that's it.
Spectacular.
Looking for new opportunities further south, and a frenzy erupted. Dr. John Drish was one of these men, a widowed Virginian with great ambition.
He's a widowed virgin?
Yes, who, after migrating to the new state of Alabama, built a beautiful home he named Monroe Place.
This'll be called Monroe Place.
But in the near 2 centuries since Dr. Drish's death, stories have circulated surrounding the home as it fell into despair. Stories of either eerie lights of unknown origins or the apparition of flames engulfing the grand tower he built as an entranceway, a tower where many believe he met his fate.
Well, he actually met his fate because he was going crazy in the room from alcoholism or withdrawal
He was
from
having
alcohol.
like tremors and shit.
And he like,
Yeah, I think they call those DT.
I think they had to tie him down at night because he would go crazy when he was sleeping, and like these things would come and like visit him, and he ran out of the room, basically flipping over the banister and falling to his death.
Oh, wow.
No.
That's a beautiful way to tell a story.
It was alright.
I liked it.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Then he fell over
So-
the banister and fell to his death.
So, the life of Dr. John Drish, if you're interested, which I was. So, anyway, he was born in Virginia in 1795. At the age of 23,
He was
married.
born at the age of 23.
That was a period there, okay? He was born already 23 years old. He married and started a family. Tragically, though, within a year,
Poor
his
woman.
Mother! Can I have a cigarette?
so
What's for dinner, bitch?
when his daughter was a year old, his wife died. So
He
pretty
had a
much-
daughter at a year old. But his mom had him at 23.
And instead of taking care of her, he sent her away to go live with relatives. Because, you know, that's what men did. They didn't take care of the kids.
Get out of here.
Get out of here, kid.
She came back though.
Well, he did request her back once he got married again, I believe.
Get your ass back over here.
Yeah, so he didn't have to, you know, take
He
care
got
of her
his
raising.
affairs in order.
He didn't have to raise no child himself.
Rear, I believe they called it back in those days.
So,
Rearing a child. Now that's a terrible thing to say.
he moved to Tuscaloosa and married a... What the fuck? So stupid. But he married a rich widow named Sarah Owen. And the couple married in 1825.
He's just laughing about our sponsors. I promise we can fucking be good. Okay. Whew.
Shut up, Tommy! God damn it! So anyway, his kid came back.
The very next day,
Yep.
his kid came back.
Go ahead, Tommy.
Years later, a dark cloud fell over the family, and Dr. Drish's wife, Catherine, died early. And when the little girl was still very... Okay, we missed some stuff here.
So this was a guy that I apparently do not fucking like. He's a fucking alcoholic, racist piece of shit that had, at the point of him getting his daughter back, he had 25 slaves, you know, and had them do everything, and he just sat in his throne like, hi guys, you're gonna fucking listen to me and do all the work. According to the 1830 federal census, Dr. Drish owned about 25 slaves, yes, both men and women, and among their ranks, they were plaster workers, wood carvers, and iron workers, so they were doing all of that, and I believe they were the ones that built the house for him.
Yeah, probably.
I think that. And in 1837, Drish had briefly served in the Alabama House of Representatives and had expanded his real estate holdings and had made such a fortune with his investments in early railroad lines and all of that other, you know, nonsense, bitch, whatever. He was now wealthy enough to retire from his medical practice and move into his new, beautiful constructed mansion with his family and, you know, just tell people what to do because he's wealthy as fuck. Okay, the construction of his mansion began in 1835, and it would become one of the first plantation homes in Tuscaloosa, the focal point of a 350-acre plantation bordering the city limits. The house was elaborately designed and decorated with Greek Revival style.
Revival.
Yep.
Greek revival.
So that was the backstory. Got that out of the way. Knocked it down. There you go. So you're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Welcome.
Next is the tragedy of the Drish House. I don't know why they're calling it the Drish House when he named it something else completely when he built it.
More or something.
I read
They're
it and I
just calling
forgot.
it the Drish House because that's who originally owned it. They named it the Monroe Place.
Monroe.
Yeah, Monroe. That's what it was.
Because it was named after an old road that ran through there, like Monroe Street or something like that.
So it ran through his plantation acres or whatever?
I guess.
Oh.
Before he purchased land, maybe?
Okay.
So I have stuff now.
You want to read that or you want me to start with this?
Well, I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to start with this.
I was gonna say, so basically, there's been a lot of sightings and of paranormal, like directly after the woman died. A lot of the slaves talked about seeing the lights burning in the tower, and I guess the lore just basically grew from there over the years.
So, tragedy first started happening at the Drish House when, he got his daughter back and all of that. But he was apparently very abusive towards her and violent and would hit her. So, that was supposedly hit her. But,
I'm sure he did. There's the 1800s. Come on.
yeah, probably. He didn't want her in the first place, I'm sure. But the story purports
Back then,
that...
they didn't call it beating your kids. They called it, like, teaching.
Correct.
Correcting them, yeah.
Like
Correcting.
The correctional facility.
Yeah.
Well, if they didn't get beat, how would you know they loved you?
Exactly.
But
For your
John
own
did
good.
not approve of the man his daughter had fallen in love with, so he locked her in her room, and all she had was her instruments to play, like a piano and all this other stuff. So, yeah, she didn't have a lot of food or water. Like, he pretty much neglected her to try to teach her to become a better person and marry a more wealthy person. But he did force her to marry someone that had a bigger standing and a better income. And she was not having it. She did not know. She fought him every step of the fucking way. So that's pretty fucking sad. What a piece of shit dad.
A lot of pieces of shit from back in the day.
She did have to actually marry him. And I think his name was King or something like this, but it drove her fucking insane. I'm trying to remember what the rest of the story went like. Sorry, everybody's just looking at me like,
Are we talking about the paranormal shit? Or?
No, we're leading up to that.
Okay.
But I think...
jumping the gun, Tommy.
Yeah, jumping the gun. I'm trying to put the pieces together so
like
the story flows, so everybody gets, point A to point B. Why did this happen? How's it like now?
So his daughter ended up having to marry some guy.
She had a mental breakdown. She had quite a few mental breakdowns, and I think the husband that she was forced to marry sent her back to live in the house because he couldn't tolerate her shit anymore because she wasn't doing shit. She was just fucking crazy, drooling everywhere.
Yeah, I don't want your shit. Your daughter is broken, sir. I'd like my money back, and you can keep the horse. Yeah.
So stupid. So she was sent back to live with her dad and stepmom because who's going to take care of the kids and all of this different shit. What? That didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, I said what I said.
Whatever. Now me?
Yeah, go ahead. Why not?
Okay, so why not?
Yeah.
According to one legend, a runaway slave once hid in the tower. Eventually, after thirst and starvation took its toll, he was forced to reveal himself and handed over to his master. In punishment, he was burned to death, and some claim that to this day the fire plagues the tower as a reminder of the gruesome execution. Yet, despite the stories and the uncertainty behind the origin of the death lights or the flames in the tower, there has been no evidence found to suggest there were ever actually was a fire in the tower, nor was the tower ever on fire.
That's
But
crazy.
there's another legend, too.
Okay. Shoot.
That talks about how when the husband died, she used these candles to go around his coffin. And then she said she wanted the same thing done to her when she died. Eventually, I think the bank owned the house and sold it to some like wealthy lawyer, but the lawyer allowed her to stay in the house.
Because all the money was pretty much ran out.
Yeah, they went bankrupt, I think.
Yeah.
But the lawyer allowed her to stay in the house until her death, and she wanted the candles surrounding her casket as well. It was her will and testament or whatever. And I guess some of the slaves tried to find the candles, but they weren't allowed to, or they couldn't, or something. But they kept saying that they needed to get the candles because that's what Miss Drish wanted.
Yeah.
And they never found the candles, never happened. That's why they believe that she haunts the place and lights the candles herself up there every once in a while. So the burning tower represents her candles or the slave being burned. So that's the two legends to the fire in there. And they say that the fire department has been called out a few times from locals seeing the fire in there.
That doesn't surprise me. People in Tuscaloosa,
they go and there's no fire, and supposedly some of the firefighters have seen the ghost of Mrs. Drish while responding to the mysterious fires.
Yeah.
Responding. Re-erect.
Re-erecting. Tommy, you're re-erecting me.
I apparently need to learn how to read-speak.
So
there's also it was a school for a while, and a music student committed suicide on the 4th floor. The more you know.
The more you know. There's been a lot of activity, people have said, that's mainly from the 4th floor. So that would make sense.
It was also a wrecking company, and they sold auto parts out of it, too, at one time.
Damn near killed
They
him.
built a church on the property, and the church had to close down after, I want to say, 10 years or so. Possibly, because they didn't have enough funding. Probably wrong on the years. But in 1960, Dr. John Drish owned almost 90 slaves.
He almost owned.
Almost owned them, yeah.
Aww,
and
so
when
forlorn.
emancipation came to Alabama in 1965, he was financially ruined. He gained a reputation in town as an unlucky gambler and alcoholic. Yay. In 1867, when he fell to his death in his home, some claim that alcohol was the cause, which it probably was. There are several stories surrounding the tragedy of Dr. John Drish's death. One is, blah, 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 whatever the fuck it is, that Drish threw himself from the 2nd floor balcony. I mean, you could live from the 2nd floor, couldn't you?
I mean, unless you did it right.
Yeah. Another says that he was merely drunk and fell down the stairs. And still another that he had been attempting to quit drinking altogether and lost control from the effects of the withdrawals. Yet, whatever story might be true, Dr. John Drish was found dead after a mighty fall on July 25th, 1867, leaving his wife Sarah a widow twice over. For years afterwards, the servants would claim to hear the echoes of stumbling footsteps and deathly cries. "Oh, I want my beer! Bring me a beer, woman!"
It's more like, oh my! Oh bother!
Oh bother! What is this, like Winnie the Pooh?
Well, they're like rich people. They probably didn't like
Yeah.
think
Pinkies
to
up.
scream. They were like, oh my!
Goodness.
Whoa!
How did this crack get here?
Lord, what a stumble!
Stupid.
Oh bother!
The audacity of those who are not
Fiddly
white.
dee this fall. Fiddly dee.
So, Dr. Drish
No, he probably was like, blasted!
cut me off again. I'll cut your fucking neck.
Blasted!
You need to talk. Will you do that?
No, don't cut me! Don't come playing! I won't say blasted.
Dr. Drish had left elaborate burial requests for his funeral, and Sarah made sure that they were carried out to the letter. But after her beloved was buried at a nearby Greenwood cemetery, she became obsessed in her grief, growing more and more eccentric as time passed, insisting that when she died, she was to have exactly the same elaborate burial as her husband had received.
He was just talking about the candle.
I'm saying it again.
Okay.
So focused on her dying wish, Sarah even stored away the candles from her husband's funeral so they could be used for her own. But when she died 14 years later, on April 14th, 1884, those funerary candles could not be found. Sarah Drish's final wish could not be met, and as a result, many believe that this is the origin of the haunting that soon began at Drish House.
Did you happen to read about the little girls?
Well, no. What about the little girls?
There's some other people that I think ended up owning the home, and they grew up there. Well, of course, but I think their last name might have been Green, so they called them the Green Girls. So that kind of threw me off at first, thinking that their skin was green. But anyways, basically, a girl was playing a trick on her mother because what she thought was a great trick or whatever. Like, she thought her mom was coming in to tuck her in, cover her up, tuck her in, kiss her on the forehead, like a mom does. And she was playing a trick on her mom, pretending that she was sleeping. So then she asked her mother the next day, or telling her mother, confessing to her mother the next day, that she played a trick on her and that I was pretending to sleep when you tucked me in and kissed me. And mom said, I never did that.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, and I guess
A lot of the times they call that a dream.
it's possible, but it supposedly happened to the other sister as well, and she pulled the blanket down or something, and supposedly imagined a creature or something running out of the room. Years later, they're at some sort of a party or something, and they overheard some women talking about the Drish House and how one of them was living in it or something like that. I keep saying something like that. But same thing that happened to her, and she's like, let me guess, that was the Drish House. Oh, how did you know that? Because we used to live there too. But yeah, so there was like 3 supposed instances of
Interesting.
that happening.
So it's saying here that the daughter of Drish, John Drish or whatever, wasted away in the house. So she pretty much died, I think it was, on the 4th floor as well. And nobody gave a fuck about her. Nobody was, like, keeping her alive. She just died up there. Probably starved to death.
Deuces.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So that was the Drish House.
That's
Yeah.
in
everyone.
Tuscaloosa, right?
In Tuscaloosa,
On the
Alabama.
outside of Tuscaloosa there. Big house in the middle of a giant circular road that circles the whole entire property.
I do declare, I think that's all we have on this.
Yeah.
I
It's in
do declare.
Screams were here throughout the house for many years to fellow. Oh, bother.
You need some dialogue to
Lord,
read
who
from.
put this
It's like you can get the
Oh.
voice down, but you need the dialogue.
He was 71 when he died. Drish.
That's not bad for being alcoholic.
Yeah, that's not bad
actually
at
pretty
all.
good.
Yep.
So, yeah, there you go, guys. That's the Drish House in Tuscaloosa.
You're welcome.
And that was this episode of Rotten Mornings. You're welcome.
Stay rotten.
Stay rotten, guys.
Stay rotten. Why did you kill me, Graham?
Shut the fuck up, Tommy.